Okay, let's unpack this. We are diving deep into the recap for Sirens of Arcabrun.
Right.
And this isn't your standard fantasy adventure, is it? It's much more psychological.
Oh, absolutely. It's a puzzle box wrapped in, like, industrial horror.
Exactly. So, your mission today, listening in, is to really get the plot, sure, but also the terrifying choices these players had to make about self-improvement and what it costs.
And what's really striking, I think, is how the sources just plunge you straight into confusion right away.
Total disorientation.
Yeah, the amnesia isn't just a plot device. It's
Mhm.
it's central. The characters don't just forget who they are. They wake up somewhere that screams their past selves were uh, not great, maybe self-destructive even.
That opening scene is just potent. You're in this industrial bathroom.
Huh.
You can almost smell the ozone and rust, blood on the floor, and then there's
Yeah.
Derek,
To tiefling on the table.
strapped down, organs just
Yeah.
gone, systematically removed. That's your baseline. That's where the party starts.
And the party itself is, well, quite a collection. You've got Belazar Xeris, who they tag as a Cespi addict.
Cespi being their world's really nasty street drug, basically.
Right. Then there's someone who's described as more metal than man. Heavy cybernetics implied.
A Kenku who's terrifying and silent.
Uh-huh. And Ziggy, the little tabaxi in the helmet just darting around.
Like a zigzagoon, yeah. Classic Ziggy.
And zero memory for any of them. Nothing. Just the uniforms. Arcabrun laboratories.
And their first big clue, it doesn't exactly clear things up, does it?
No way. It's that cooler. With the modified heart inside.
A mechanical heart, which points to some really invasive surgery.
But here's where it gets clever, psychologically.
Hmm.
The players try to use skills, things they should, have proficiency in.
Like a simple knowledge check about the lab itself.
Exactly. And they fail.
Mm-hmm.
But the failure, it's not just a miss.
No, it triggers things. Flashes, visions, disturbing stuff.
Right. It suggests the memory isn't wiped clean, it's suppressed, locked away, like the conscious mind is fighting against remembering what happened.
But the skill, the actual ability, is still there, lurking underneath.
That's the core conflict right there, isn't it? The optimized subconscious, the expert they became, versus the horrified person waking up in that bathroom.
Yeah, that suppressed versus forgotten distinction is crucial. They can do amazing things, but they're blocked from understanding why they chose this path or who they were before.
And just as they're grappling with that internal nightmare, the external pressure ramps up. Big time.
Boo, the siren. That siren's call they mentioned.
Loud. And immediately after, cops. A whole squad bursts in.
And they were expecting someone, right? Derek.
Yeah, they mentioned a patient enforcer named Derek. Then they see the operating table.
And they naturally assume the party's responsible, so they attack.
And here's another twist. The party, despite the amnesia and confusion, they handle the fight incredibly well.
Which just proves whatever Arcabrun did to them, it worked on some level. They're effective, dangerous even.
Totally. But then they capture one of the guards, and the mood shifts.
Mm-hmm.
It goes from action to paranoia.
Yeah, the guard isn't just scared of them. He's terrified of something else.
He keeps staring back into the bathroom, claims he's being watched, but all the party sees is maybe hints of a red light, stalking them.
Ooh, the surveillance angle. Hints of a bigger threat.
Exactly. That red light, that feeling of being watched, it pushes them deeper into the facility, looking for answers. Down to the cell block.
Hoping for clues about who they are, but what they find is, well, more organized confusion.
Very organized. They find these personalized cells, specific items inside, letters.
But the letters aren't to them. They're addressed to the previous occupants.
Which raises all sorts of questions, right? Are they replacements? Did the last Cesty addict not make it? Are they version 2.0?
Super unsettling. And that weird expertise thing pops up again.
Right. In their specific cells, they find they can do these specialized tasks linked to the items. Easily. Perfectly even.
Despite having no memory of how they know this stuff.
It's like their past selves. The optimized versions are just bleeding through the memory block. This place isn't just wiping minds, it's refining people.
Definitely refining. Then they get their first real social interaction, kinda.
Yeah, the patient outside, just chilling in the courtyard.
And he's repeating that mantra, heed the siren's call, over and over.
But when the party tries to ask him about it, get some clarification.
He clams up, gets suspicious, and accuses them of being the sirens.
And then runs off back into some secure area, which is telling.
Very telling. Why would they be the sirens? What does that even mean in this context? And why the split, the two opposing mantras?
You can feel the divide among the patients already. Some seem to follow the program, others are clearly afraid of something or someone. Maybe the sirens themselves.
We start to get an answer the next morning, don't we? With a bang.
Literally. An explosion blows the main prison door wide open. Escape route presented.
Chaos. Lots of patients make a run for it. Freedom, right?
But here's the key detail, the really interesting bit. A lot of them don't run. They stay in their cells.
And now they're chanting the opposite thing. Do not heed the siren's call.
Yeah. So the split is clear now. Running equals falling for the siren's call. Staying means resisting it. Or maybe they know running is a real trap.
Or they're too deep into the self-improvement to want to leave.
Could be. And that's when the man behind the curtain appears.
Greed, the lead researcher.
And he makes quite an entrance, wielding this, like, demonic-looking arm.
That shoots out chains, right, to grab the escapee.
Yep. He rounds them up, but he's not taking them back to cells. He's dragging them towards this archway.
Oh, God, the archway. This is where the true horror of Arcabrun slaps you in the face.
It really is. You need to picture this. Greed forces these patients, the ones who ran, through the archway.
And they just disintegrate, instantly crushed, vaporized into this fine red mist.
Horrifying. But his own workers, these specific tieflings, they pass through just fine.
So it's some kind of filter or a test.
Exactly. And Greed lays it all out. The sirens of Arcabrun aren't rescuers. They're his people, his top workers.
They spread the rumors, the whispers of escape, the siren's call.
To tempt patients into running. Because the escape attempt is the test. It's a test for that archway device.
So the whole place, it's not a prison, not really.
No, it's a facility for radical self-improvement. And everyone there, they signed up for it. There was a contract.
And this is maybe the most chilling part of the whole thing. Greed isn't lying.
Not about the contract, no. It was real. The party, our party, they willingly signed up for extreme modification. They wanted to be better, stronger, smarter, superior.
They chose to trade their old lives for this. They were Arcabrun's star pupils, their best projects.
And the amnesia, that was part of an experiment too, to make them more suggestible.
Triggered by a specific phrase.
The classic insidious phrase, "Would you kindly?"
Ugh, just chills. That phrase tells you everything about the price.
It really tests perfection, optimization, but the cost is obedience, total control. They gave up their agency for that power.
It wasn't kidnapping. It wasn't external manipulation forcing them into this. It came from them. Their past selves wanted this so badly.
And the memory wipe was just pragmatic. Keep their skills, lose the troublesome free will. Because they were too valuable, maybe too dangerous, to let roam free with full memory.
So Greed, having revealed all this, makes them an offer, a final test, sort of.
Yeah, he sicks this prototype creature on them, Reverb.
And the thing that's been kind of stalking them, the red light maybe.
Possibly connected, yeah. And this thing, Reverb, it just keeps coming back, revives after being killed.
A test of endurance and skill.
And maybe a metaphor for Arcabrun itself, right? The test never ends. Defeat is just a data point.
The deal is win, and they continue their improvement, lose, and the Kraken takes them out.
The Kraken being the title for the top siren, the ultimate enforcer. Grim.
So the fight's on, it's intense, Reverb keeps getting back up, and then intervention.
Just when things look hairy, yeah. A voice calls out, "Hold on."
And the roof just blows open. Pirates.
Pirates, yeah. Dropping ropes, offering a way out, chaos everywhere.
Now, these aren't just random pirates, are they? The source material gives context.
Right, it's important. They were paid by a shadowy organization, which is later identified as a major Crestwick rebel group.
Aiming to take down the government.
So the pirates aren't necessarily heroes here. They're operatives, political players using the chaos, probably wanting Arcabrun's tech or personnel.
So the choice isn't just freedom versus captivity. It's maybe one kind of manipulation versus another.
That's a good way to put it. You've got Greed's overt control versus the rebels' potentially hidden agenda.
Freedom is literally dangling from the ceiling. But Greed plays his final card, his trump card, really.
He lays out the ultimate temptation. He tells them flat out, leave now and you lose everything.
All the upgrades, the enhancements, the potential they came here to unlock, gone.
And worse, the self-improvement journey. It remains incomplete. They'll leave as these damaged amnesiac shells, the very thing their past selves were desperate to escape.
That hits hard. That's the moment, isn't it? The splitting point.
The absolute core choice. Immediate freedom, but as a broken version of
Or
yourself.
stay with Greaves, submit to the control, but reclaim your memories, complete the transformation, become perfect.
And the decision they make is just staggering. It defies what you'd expect.
Yeah, everyone. Belazar, the addict, Dorian Crow, the metal man, all of them.
They choose to stay. They turn their backs on the pirates, on freedom.
They actively resist rescue to finish what they
It
started.
makes you really question,
Mm.
what's the pull of potential, of perfection? They saw the cost. They know about Would You Kindly. They saw the vaporizing archway.
Yeah.
And they still chose optimization over just surviving.
The only one who bolts.
Ziggy, the little tabaxi, the one who seemed the most instinctual, maybe the least concerned with abstract concepts like perfection.
Just pure survival instinct. Runs off into the pale prairie.
Yeah, the one who valued just being over becoming something more is the only one who takes the immediate freedom.
Wow. So the source material leaves us there, with the party choosing subjugation for the sake of completion.
It really forces you, the listener, the learner, to think about ambition and control. What's the price of being the best version of yourself?
They knew the cost, the trigger phrase, the lack of true agency. But the promise of getting their memories back, of knowing who they became and finishing that process, that was worth more to them than walking out the door.
So the final thought we leave you with is this. If you were offered ultimate potential, peak physical and mental ability, but the price was your past, your freedom, and submitting to a mind control trigger,
Would you take that deal? Would you make the same choice most of the Arcabrun party did?
what's more valuable? Knowing who you are now, flaws and all, but free, or the promise of who you could become, optimized but owned?
That's the question Arcabrun leaves hanging, a really tough one to chew on.